Hello everyone, it's your boy Proph Rye. Tonight I'm back with another video, people, another episode, another creative epic content. Now with this being said, people, it's like 1:30 in the morning. The prophet is kind of, I'm not tired right now, but hay fever has been hitting me today, people. That's a normal thing during the summer for me. And I know that's a normal thing for the rest of us out there, all type of different beings. We're all going through the hay fever season right now. But at the end of the day, people, that's not going to stop me from coming and making a video tonight. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, people. When I got in, I just came off a hard shift. My last shift, people, was really intense. And I'm telling you, it's a fight. It's a fight, people, to finish. But I'm telling you, one thing I learned in life is that, listen, man, once you start something, you must finish. So even when I might load up and I'm thinking, shit, and you're out there, you're running through it, and they're sending you more, and these people, they'll take the piss out of you because they know you got the energy. And this is what these people do. You get me? It's nothing but slavery at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. By the sweat of your brow, you shall eat bread. At the end of the day, we still have our soul. We're not selling our soul out here. So it is what it is. Hard work pays off, man. So, like I said, people, I wasn't going to do this video, man. I wasn't going to do any videos tonight because the energy and mood that I came in with was like pissed off. Like, they're taking the piss out of me, man. These people keep trying to take the piss out of me. But, after a while, man, you just realize and know that, what, working ain't forever. You get me? Doing 7 days a week is not forever, fam. It's just to sort myself out. Just to sort myself out. And just, down the line, it works out because, like I said, people, when you're out and you're making videos like what I do, you'd be surprised to know how many people come and try to say, oh, this guy has mental illness, this guy's crazy, this guy's mad, and all of these type of things. And that's one of their favorite things they like to pull off when you start talking about the truth out here. So with me, a little businessman that is running my thing on a day-to-day basis, you could say thousands of people now because I meet a lot of customers that really like me. And so that this guy, there's something about him. He's really jolly. Every time I see him, he's smiling, he's happy. They are not going to be the ones that say I'm crazy. It's the ones that, are trying to take me out as usual. The usual people. You get me? We know how this thing goes, man. Anytime you speak the truth, they want to take you up, they want to take you out of it. Get out, get off the planet. You can't. You get me? So with that being said, people, man, this video is a serious video, man, and it's like it's relevant in some serious times, people, where someone's got to do it, fam. Someone's got to do it. We had Dr. Martin Luther King come, and he done his thing. We got Malcolm X, and we got a few people come and do their thing. But it's a shame a lot of those people try to take matters into their own hands and not follow the true and living God's understanding. God always says, lean not on your own understanding for a reason, fam. You get me? That's because if you lean on your own understanding, you're going to get killed out here. And it's just simple as that. It's just how the world runs, fam. It's really, really dangerous out here, people. And with that being said, people, black people, we have to be careful out here. Because you haven't noticed by now, we are not liked. Anywhere we go, we are not liked. And I'm starting to see it more and more clearer day by day now, that us black people as a race, people look down at us, people talk bad things about us, and no one has nothing good to say about us. But when it comes to stealing our resources, when it comes to stealing our skills, when it comes to stealing power that a lot of black people sell out and give, I'm just going to say they're colonizers, because many of the colonizers are living off black people's power, fam. You get me? And a lot of people have done so that and already give over their power. You get me? In return for human family members, fam. So with that being said, people, I'm going to play a video that I just watched on Instagram just now. It's a very sad video. It's a very, very, very sad video. But we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about this because this is really important. And I believe it's time that black people need to open up their eyes and wake up and smell the coffee. You get me? And stop fooling around out there. Or by the time you know it, there's going to be no black people left. Every time I'm walking out there and even today, I'm driving about and thinking, fam, where's all the black people? The Jews are buying out everything. The white people, they're doing their thing. They're part of it. You get me? The Indian people are trying to suck up to them, but they're not accepted. You get me? The Chinese people are they're doing their own thing as usual. Shout out to them. But it's crazy. But at the same time, everyone's fighting against the black people. But then it's kind of crazy because wasn't the black people the first people upon the earth? Wasn't the black people God's chosen people? Which means that a lot of these other races are serving false gods. And that's the reason why they want to keep punishing black people. That's the reason why us black people are being punished. Because us black people are proper powerful. If we stop fighting against each other and we love each other and help each other, you'll be surprised to know that, listen, the earth, we own that. We'll take it away. Because if we was the first one here, who are these other people? Who are they? No one doesn't ask themselves that question. And whoever does know is shutting their mouth and they're not saying anything. You get me? So with that being said, people, I'm about to play you guys a video. It's a very interesting video. Dr. Suzanne Moore, a wonderful black nurse. I looked into it. A wonderful black nurse. Everyone loved her. She was really helpful. And you can see her own system, her own, you could say colleagues, her own hospital let her down big time, people. I want to play the video for you, look.
Posted to her. We begin with a now viral video recorded by black physician Dr. Susan Moore and posted to her Facebook earlier this month, in which she describes racist treatment by medical staff at a hospital in Indianapolis who did not respond to her pleas for care despite being in intense pain and being a doctor herself. Dr. Moore says she had to beg to receive the antiviral drug remdesivir and pain medication and accuses a doctor at Indiana University Health North Hospital of ignoring her pleas because she was black. This is Dr. Susan Moore as she summoned the energy to speak from her hospital bed days before she would die. She had an oxygen tube in her nose.
At that time, I'd only received 2 treatments of the remdesivir. He said, you don't need it. You're not even short of breath. I said, yes, I am. Then he went on to say, you don't qualify. I must have because I've gotten 2 treatments. And then he further stated, you should just go home right now. And I don't feel comfortable giving you any more narcotics. I was in so much pain from my neck. My neck hurt so bad.
See, people?
I was crushed. He made me feel like I was a drug addict. And he knew I was a physician.
See? She's a physician.
I don't take narcotics. I was hurting. So, I spoke to patient advocate who left me wanting. There's not much I can do. So I started asking, send me to another hospital where they can treat me. If they're not going to treat me here properly, send me to another hospital. Well, next thing I know, I'm getting a stat CT of my neck with and without contrast. The CT went down a little bit into my lungs, and you can see new pulmonary infiltrates, new lymphadenopathy all throughout my neck. And all of a sudden, yes, we will treat your pain. You have to show proof that you have something wrong with you in order for you to get the medicine. I put forward and I maintain if I was white, I wouldn't have to go through that. The other thing that white Dr. Bannock said was that if I stayed, that he would send me home Saturday at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
in the dark. Who does does that? On a weekend, who does that? This is how black people get killed. When you send them home and they don't know how to fight for themselves. I had to talk to somebody, maybe the media, somebody, to let people know how I'm being treated up in this place. And he gladly told me, I know you're a doctor. So he didn't want the black doctor to have no medicine, nothing. And then had the nerve to say it's because of him, the nurse, that I got the medicine. Really? Because of you? No. How about because I had that stat CT in my neck where it showed all of that lymphadenopathy and infiltrates? Yeah, you didn't know about that? You didn't get that in report? That's what I said. To being black up in here, this is what happens.
Dr. Susan Moore died due to complications from COVID-19 on December 20th, just over 2 weeks after she recorded this video and posted it to her Facebook page. She was 52 years old. Her 19-year-old son, Henry Muhammad, is now left to care for her parents who are both suffering from dementia. The president and CEO of Indiana University Health issued a statement in response to her death, saying the technical aspects of the treatment she received, quote, may not have shown the level of compassion and respect we strive for in understanding what matters most to patients, unquote. Dr. Moore's chilling message has been compared to the video of George Floyd begging for his life as he was killed by Minneapolis police. When we come back, we'll speak to two police.
So people, you seen it there for yourself. Now, that lady was a doctor. I got to correct something earlier. I'm not saying that it's the colleagues them that killed her, but you can see that lady, she's a physician, she's a doctor. And she works for the medical field. So in a scenario like that, people, don't you think that she should be getting some type of first care special treatment? Not saying that she's better than anyone else, but at the same time, she's a doctor. They need to keep her on the field. So if she's a doctor and they need to keep her on the field, she's meant to be getting some serious treatment, some treatment right away, so they can help her and get her back out there, healed, and then back out there doing her job. But you can see that she was neglected people. They didn't care. And you hear what she said? She said it was the white doctors. And what did they do? They told her they don't want to give her no more medication because they don't want to overdose her on drugs until she felt like she was feeling like a druggie. They looked at her, another white doctor came and said, they'll try to send her home the next day or Saturday, but it will be at 10 p.m. at night. And this is what they do, waiting for her to go home at 10 p.m. at night so she can literally not wake up in the morning. Fucking hell, people. We have to understand and know what's going on out here, fam. The black people, we need to reprogram our mind out of the system, fam. Get off the TV. Stop watching Love Island. Get off the social media, fam, and get your ass and your head back into fucking reality of what's happening outside. So many people are brainwashed, fam. I only turn my TV on. Don't judge me. My TV only turns on to watch EastEnders, fam. If I'm not working, fam, I'm learning knowledge, bro. Now, in times like these, people, I can tell you what led to that wonderful doctor's death, just like that. And you'll be surprised to know, people, God has some amazing people out here upon the earth that I don't know where they get those skills from. You get me? But let me tell you something. During the COVID time, people, the Prophet was fucked. You get me? If you saw me, I was a mess. I had dreads that was looking like shit locks. I was walking around with 2 inhalers, a brown one, a blue one, people. I couldn't even walk around properly. I was breathless, just like how that lady sound that I displayed you, Dr. Moore. It's the same way how I was breathing, people. I was getting panic attacks. People, the stuff that I was doing, people, you can tell that slowly it's like I was being cloned off. And you could tell that people was doing it to me because I kept on crying. People, I'm not gonna lie to you, people. I'm being honest with you. I was crying a lot every time I was looking at my kids. I was looking at them and I was kept on crying because I could feel it that I was dying. A lot of people don't understand. They don't know what death feels like, and that's why a lot of people out here are taking life for granted because they need to get a taste of what death feels like, no matter what hits them. Because people, to know that from a young kid growing up, not minus all the other stuff that I went through, like my foot stem being mashed up and my knees being mashed up because of stuff that was going on in the background with I don't know. You get me? I've made videos about that already, so I don't want to get too deep into that. Minus that. But I'm talking about people going through something where you know that you feel like you're dying and you're not going to live to see your kids grow older or to even have kids, and that is very, very stressful. And it feels like you're the only one involved in there because everyone around you don't know how you feel. Everyone around you don't know how you feel. And whoever does know how they feel is playing it off because they're all involved in trying to sacrifice you. Now, people, there was a point where I was buying puzzles from the 99p store, making puzzles just to try and keep my mind off thinking about the breathing problem and situation that I was going through, people. Just to know and find out that, yeah, man's basically the government sacrifice. Man's my family sacrifice. People, I was running to the hospital all the time with panic attacks. I was smoking, I stopped smoking. Because every time I was smoking, it felt like the breathing problem was getting worse. And you'd be surprised to know that's what they do. If they know that you smoke, they're sending some spiritual attacks to your chest and to your chest and your heart. Now you're wondering why every time you're breathing and then by the time you know it, it's a matter of fact before they're saying, you need to stop smoking. It's the smoking that's doing it. Knowing damn well right that people are doing spiritual attacks to you, and they're sending the demons or the legions, whatever you want to call them, to do damage to your chest. And that's because they want it to go down on the paperwork that it was smoking that killed you. So I've realized it. And it's not hard to realize because God reveals everything. These people are out here killing off black people. And they've got the paperwork already and cut up to put down what killed the pussy. Apart from black people killing each other, which makes it more easier for them. Now, people, I was in and out of hospital during the COVID period. And you know that I was struggling with my breathing. They had me on 2 inhalers. And what surprised me, and it's like when I saw it, my eyes even teared out to know I ran to Lewisham Hospital, people, to get there. And the lady was telling me on the system, I was diagnosed with asthma in 2012. People, throughout my teens, people, I didn't have no problem with asthma. I was 17, 18 years old, driving a Luton van, doing serious removal work up and down stairs as a young boy. And a lot of people can vouch for me because I was working with Eddie, Peter's cousin. I was working with bare people. I was working on construction sites and that. I've never run into any hospital saying that I've had asthma. But why in 2019 now, when I'm suffering with breathing problems, and all of a sudden this whole COVID scamdemic comes out, where they throw the COVID around in the black community. So all of that shit comes out, and then all of a sudden in 2019, if I didn't go through that whole COVID period, I wouldn't have known that these people are trying to kill me off with COVID and try to act like it was some type of asthma problem. And they've got it on the computer put down already that it was that they gave me an inhaler from 2012. So these people planned my death, and it looks like 2019. I should have been put to death. And you'd be surprised to know, people, that your family is involved in it. Friends that you grew up with is also involved in it. This is a cold world we're living in out here. People, I was suffering All the stuff that I like to do, I couldn't do. It got to the point where it was taking a toll in my sex life, to where when I'm having sex, my chest feels like it's caving in. I was vomiting all the time for no reason. That's spiritual attacks. That's spiritual attacks. Now the black community, you guys, the black community needs to stand up, man, and realize that God has blessed us with a lot of healing and people around that actually do God's work and heal people. Because let me tell you something, man. When the true and living daughter came, when Samara came, and she came to her mum's house, and this silly lady, Desreen, that's meant to be on her journey, brought her around to her mum after telling my mum that, oh, yeah, she reads and all of these things, she's good, and trying to advertise this lady as a witchcraft worker, a woman that does readings, read-ups. So my mum must have, but what they didn't know is that the true and living daughter was actually working with Desreen to get to me. Because this is how real God is. God send, when you're a true righteous person in your family, God knows these people. All that time a man's praying and crying out for help. God, please, I know there's something wrong with my body, God. My body, I never used to feel like this. Those days there, people, I could never talk to you about anything about spirit because I didn't know nothing about the spirit. I could only talk to people about flesh, motivate people about making money and business and all of these things. I didn't have a business, but I was always smart when it come to making money and living and thinking about creating life, which is important. That's the start. That's the start to anything. So when the true and living daughter came that day to her mum's house, and my mind told me to go out into the garden, and I went out into the garden, people, and when I looked at the true and living daughter, and my eyes was like, them time there, it's like I had bare demons on me. I was basically cloned off. I was cloned. There was so much going on inside my body, people, and going on in my life that people around me was doing to me. I didn't even know I was a sacrifice. I swear to God. So all of that hospital thing, people, it was only a matter of time, people, before, guess what, you heard that I died in my sleep. I just didn't wake up. Because I went to the hospital many times. They put the monitor thing on my finger. I walked back and forward constantly. They checked. They said that, look, it's on 100. Your breathing is fine. They're sending me home. Now I'm at home trying to deal with the problem. That's when I realized, people, the hospital can't help you. They can only help demons. They can't help humans. Because once you go in there and they know that you're a sacrifice, they're not going to help you. How am I going to go in the hospital and be treated by a being that is not real? I do deliveries in the hospital sometimes. They see me, I see them. And I'm thinking to myself, what's this type of person doing working in a hospital? This is not a real person. You're walking on the streets out there, you don't even know you're walking past a robot. Have you not noticed? The black community has been dumbed down. And the ones that do know of it, them themselves is not real. So a lot of the black people also is not real. It's white spirits in them. The black people are being used as an experiment out there by their colonizers. It's still going on. It's still going on. But we have been dumbed down so much to where we're just thinking that we're living at EastEnders out here. I drove past Acre Lane today, full of Jamaicans out there. You'll think that it's Kingston, Jamaica. They've got the barbecue grill. They're standing there with their jeans under their ass, smoking weed spliffs after spliffs. They've got all the alcohol on there. They think they're fucking living life. I'm driving past and I'm looking at them. I'm just thinking, look at these fucking idiots. They come to England thinking that England is pretty. It's only a matter of time before these niggas bow down too. Even for their paperworks. Because there's agents all over the place being thrown at people. Black people are going through some serious shit. These people even break our families. They know everything. They know who's in a relationship. They know your phone calls. Black people, we are being watched heavily. We are like food to these people. But every day we fuck about. Every day we fuck about. We don't take life serious. We stray far from God. Everyone's doing stupid stuff. I've never seen so much black people sellouts out here that are sacrificing their loved ones. Just to try and escape the matrix and join their colonizers for less than nothing. Now, people, when I told you, when the true and living daughter came, and I saw this lady's aura, fam, and I saw how bright her light was, even my eyes, I couldn't look at her too tough. I just knew that this woman was special. Now, I've been praying my ass off. I've been asking God for help. I've been saying, God, this is not how my body should feel. I wasn't like this growing up as a teen, as a young boy. People, I was going through some hard shit. And when the true and living daughter saw me and she smiled at me and I smiled back, and I just knew that this woman was a special woman. I just knew that this woman is a good woman. And people, I'm not going to get too into it, but all I know, God has some people out here working some serious miracles. Because if you saw the amount of shit that I vomited out, people, you could basically say that I had an exorcism. I swear to God. You could probably say I had an exorcism, people. When I told you that, it's like my eyes went bright. I was like, shit. I remember my mum was there and she wasn't looking too happy. And I said, Mum, everywhere looks bright. Everywhere looks bright. Everywhere looks bright, Mum. I said, everywhere looks bright. I said, Mum, I'm breathing better now. I said, I'm breathing better. I said, the breathing problem's gone. I said, the breathing problem's gone. And Mum was just sitting there. I was thinking to myself, when I look back now, my mum wasn't happy. Just to find out, people, that it's my mum that was doing all these things to me. And she's the reason why my sister has been suffering with schizophrenia and mental illness for the past 13 years. God is real. The Lord Jesus Christ died for everyone's sins for a reason, fam. I would never be here, people, today to tell the tale. I would have been dead and gone, people. And believe it or not, it's a sad story. My family and my friends and that, they would have buried me. They would have buried me and they would have all been at my funeral like they wasn't all involved in the agenda. The woman that I was sleeping with in the bed. All those times I was running to the hospital and that, and she's cheating. Talking to other guys. She's all a part of the plot. Not only that, she's a different type of being. So she's really not 200 human herself. Even when I broke up with her and I left, she drawed me a card with a tree and apples, with bird crows on top of the tree. She's really letting me know that she's Eve. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. When you're not dumbed down, people expose themselves. But when you're dumbed down, you're fooled to things. You're fooled to the mask that people put on. All of these medication that you see that these people have when they have in the hospital and they're using it for the wrong purpose, all these things. Those are medication that they have stolen from the black people in the third world country, back home, where we come from and that. That's because us black people are the healers. Us black people shouldn't be walking in no hospital. If all the black people was actually proper Christians and still had faith in the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, none of you lot should be walking in no hospitals. Because since that day, people, I ain't walked back in no hospital or no doctor. You might see me go and pick up 1-2 medication, yes. Because I'm playing them like how they played me. So people, you need to sort yourself out and know what's going on out here is real. People need to start looking and preying back their birth certificate, because your birth certificate comes with a death date. That birth certificate comes with a death date. It's real out here. You saw it for yourself. The lady was a doctor and she was neglected. But I can pick up and I can see that that lady's done good deeds. So they got rid of her. Hating on her. Because she's good at the job. She's real. Being fighted against people that are doing the job and they're not real. The Bible says seek physician. God didn't say go to the hospital. God says call upon his name. Accept the Lord Jesus Christ and he shall send you help. Like I said, you'll be walking in the street sometime and you'll never know who you bump into. You never know who you bump into. Because I didn't know I was going to get help. I didn't know I was going to sit here with a camera to my face today saying that I'm a true and living prophet. And be spilling all these beans like this. That's because God's saying, make these videos. There's nothing no one can do to you. He will kill the wolves. The wolf in sheep clothing will be killed if they try anything with me. Make your videos with confidence, as I have not given you a spirit of fear. So people, I just want everyone to know, man, even all the other races as well, be careful of the hospitals, man. There's nothing pretty in there. And if you go in there, you're lucky to come back out. And if they know that even if they know that you're bloody sick, even if they know that you're bloody sick and they can help you, once these people get that information that they need to get through their head, because like I said, these people are here hearing voices, fam. They're talking. A lot of these people are talking to demons, fam, and their demons are telling them not to save this person, not to save this person. The system don't want this person to be saved. And you could have been saved and they killed you off. A lot of people have gone in there and haven't come back out. And they've been killed. You see, when people are under spells and programmed, you best believe sometimes them voices that people hear in their head is the government that's doing it, fam. Controlling people's mind, putting thoughts into people's heads. It's nothing but the devil's work. Not to mention a lot of people clone themselves. So people, I'm just warning you lot again, man. Black people especially. Because I have to look out for the black people, fam. Because every other race is looking out for their own race. You can see everyone is serving different gods in these times. And the black people damn well know, right, that we should be serving the Lord Jesus Christ. And the true and living God, the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega. And this goes way back to slavery times. But because a lot of these stupid black people, a lot of them sold out. A lot of them are even serving Enki, not knowing that Enki is the white people, them God. A lot of them serving Buddha. Just for money. For money, a lot of black people are sold out. And because of them, the good ones are suffering because of them. Because now by the time you know it, it's your own people that are doing spiritual wickedness to you. And now you're running back and forward from the hospital. And everything's all put really well in the spiritual realm, done neatly. And your death is written. I keep telling people about the wolf in sheep clothing, and they keep thinking it's a joke. Until trouble's knocking at your door. So people, like I said, man, in these last days, the black community, we are our own physicians. But just don't go running around to people that are doing darkness. You're better off shouting me. Send me a message on my Instagram. You get me? I got my business card there. If you need proper help, because you're only going to be running into the hospitals thinking that this is the problem, and these people know you're dying, and they ain't going to help you. They're not going to tell you that you have demons inside of you killing you. You get me? That lady, if that lady was helped by someone at the right time, you'd be surprised to know how that right person will give that lady the right help and she'll be here today. But you'll notice sometime in life, a lot of things is written. And the best thing that lady done was done that video and pushed it out there. Now, I've seen it. I can do a video on that because I know my thing's going to go global because I'm the true and living prophet. My thing's going to go global. I already know it. I don't care when I see my videos with 1 view, 2 view, 5 view, 10 view. Because these videos are real. It's just the beginning. It's just a start. But at the same time, us black people as a community, we need to sort it out. Honestly, we need to sort it out. We need to sort it out. But all I'm seeing out here is nothing but snakes and fakes. We need to sort this out. Or by the time we know it, there's going to be no more black people left out here. And I'm just being honest. You get me? It's a boy Proph Rye, people. Stay blessed, man. We leave this video here.